Welcome to Therapeas in a Pod. This is episode 2. We are happy to be here. I'm Olivia.
Go ahead.
I'm Samira.
And I'm Margaret.
And what are we talking about today, guys?
We can start with where we're at in this very moment.
My turn. I'm feeling, honestly, in this moment, not bad. I was having a really anxious morning. It's been kind of an anxious time, but and I'll get into this later. But even just being here and talking about it on the podcast and directing my attention to something else, I'm feeling pretty good in the moment.
I feel like I'm in like a cloud. I'm kind of just like foggy. Don't really know what reality is. Just kind of floating. Felt that way last night too, talking to my partner. Just like, I don't know, like very too aware almost of like, I'm a person, and like, what does that mean? How do I talk? Just forgetting how to exist. Thinking too hard about existing.
I may be rubbing off on you, or you may be rubbing off on me, but even hearing you say that, that's like a perfect way to describe it. Like, even like getting ready for this podcast, I'm like, as I was talking, I'm like, does this sound like me? Is this me? It's like very weirdly like foggy, existential weirdness.
Yeah, like talking to my boyfriend last night, I was just like so in my head of like, what do I say next? How do I talk? I've been with this person for 6-7 years. And for some reason, I just was like really up there. Yeah, it was weird.
Neutral.
I think I identified it as negative last night. Right now, I'm kind of neutral about it. I don't care.
Okay, what was the negative about it yesterday?
I was like, are you a failure of a person because you don't know how to like speak to somebody that you know so well and it's so comforting to you? Like, I just felt very detached.
And the first thing your mind went to was failure?
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, that was a pretty big jump.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if I thought failure in the moment, but I'm thinking it now. Of like, that was like, I like wanted him to go because I was like, I don't know how to like, I don't know what kind of person to be right now. Being was hard for me. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Ta-da, anxiety.
Yeah. And when you said you walked into the office today and it was just like, yeah, really quiet and dark, like, normally for me that's like peaceful, but I think when I'm already foggy and like already second guessing or thinking of what I'm going to say or what I'm going to do, it's like I wanted stimulation at that time,
Yeah.
which is funny because normally I like get overstimulated very easily, but it was almost just like too quiet.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's a nothingness.
And there's like a weird, from the air.
It did have a lot of rainstorms
stuffy.
last night in Chicago.
You thought that too, right? You saw that outside?
Yeah, it took out people's electricity.
What?
Yeah.
I know,
And
it's
someone's
that
Xbox too. Totally
Oh,
shut it down.
no.
I know, I saw a lot of Facebook statuses.
Oh, goodness. Did
But-
you say I'm so sorry for your struggle to the Xbox guy?
No, because if I comment on a Facebook status, that's a commitment. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, once you're in, you're in.
It's crazy even just talking about like when you walk in, how like that just sets the tone for the day. I mean, I guess I want to ask both of you, like doing the podcast or like when we're talking and stuff, like is it still the fogginess or like does it change?
I'm feeling a little bit, like, I feel like I'm getting out of it. A little bit just from like laughing and like making side comments, right? Whatever. But definitely starting it, I was like,
Yeah. I just felt heavy from like the second I caught up on it. I feel great. Like I felt a little bit of anxiety just because there's like a camera present. But other than that, no, I'm like, I feel really good.
what I'm thinking about, sorry, when you were saying that, I was thinking about just like how important setting an environment is for people and being intentional with the environment you have, like your office space, the home you live in, like your bedroom, your living space, and just what that can do for a person. I don't know if that's something we want to talk about, but that's what came to mind. Sure.
Not comfortable
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
I've actually been, it's funny you say that, Liv, I've been experimenting with that a little bit, like once I come home and like, I always like do a little meditation, pet my cats, ground myself a little bit, and then like, I'll look at, like I've been, with me being so aware of being anxious, I'm trying to use it like to my advantage. So like after the bath when I'm more grounded, I'll like look in my bedroom and look in the living room and be like, what am I feeling right now when I'm looking at this? And whether that's organizing something or picking something up or lighting a candle and just seeing how it goes with my mood. And just almost trying to switch it to like, all of this stuff is like data So even if I change something in my room, for example, and it makes me more anxious, it's like, okay, well now I know that that's contributing to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a fly infestation in my apartment last weekend.
Oh no.
And I've been sleeping on my couch. This is so much information, but I promise it's worth it. I've been sleeping on my couch because my AC unit's in there. Yes, could I move to my bedroom? Sure. But that's a whole other story. But because I've been sleeping on my couch, my cat's fur has been giving my back an allergic reaction. And so I've just been feeling really dirty. Flies were in my apartment, a rash on my back, just really yucky. And the other night when it was cool enough to sleep in my bedroom, I was like, I'm going to flip my entire living space. I'm going to change where the couch is on the other side of the wall. I'm going to move the TV to the other side of the wall. And it forced me to like deep clean everything and sweep and like scrub my couch with things that I don't even know if it actually cleaned it. But it was just such a nice kind of reset. And now like I'm walking into my space and just being a lot more like caring for it more. And by doing that, I'm caring for myself more. Exciting. Yeah.
What was the study that they did with high schoolers where it was like if you remove the window effect? The open window effect, the broken window effect, something like that. But it's like basically the concept of like if it's clean, you have an easier time getting things done. I don't know if that was like, we don't know if it was placebo or...
Which before like I wanted to, but I didn't. But now like because I did that clean and I see how happy it makes me, I'm like, that's the rules. Yeah.
And with you, when you said that, Samira, I mean... like looking in my room, like normally when my clothes are all over the place and it's in disarray, it doesn't bother me too much. But I think like when my anxiety starts to kick up, like I was just like picking up things and then also trying not to overdo it. I applaud your deep clean of your place, but I feel like sometimes when I do that, then I just get again overstimulated. Depending on the day. So even just like picking up some of the clothes by my bed, side of the bed, like what do I see? So like cleaning off like the nightstand and adding more things I enjoy.
Well, it's also about like how much energy do you have? What's the cost you're gonna like? Can you pay? And like that was a day I finally had off from work. Like I haven't been able to clean because I haven't had the spoons to do it, and so it makes sense of like I'm just gonna do a countertop. That's enough. Like I'm just gonna clean the TV. It doesn't have to be everything, but God, I took advantage of that day off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How is your anxiety showing up for you right now?
Like in this moment?
Yeah.
It's a lot of like, I don't know, it's people always ask me this and it's so hard for me to like describe the sensation, but almost like I don't have heartburn, maybe I do, but it almost feels like a burning or like a hot, really hot or really cold. I don't know which one's which, but like in my chest and in my stomach.
Is it painful? Is it sharp?
Not really painful. It's more just like in like sensitive overdrive, I guess is what I would say. I don't know, it doesn't hurt or anything like that, but I'm actually happy you asked me that, Samira, because like in the beginning of this podcast I wasn't feeling it, and then like sometimes I get so aware of my body and I'm like, oh, do I feel something? And then I'm sure the feeling's still there, but I almost make it to be like, oh my God, I'm feeling it, but mostly physical. And then with the fogginess, I guess, it just leads me to be like, what's going on? Being myself, I guess I would say. Like,
so what does it feel like?
Not being sure. I'm able to flip it around. It's so hard for me to put into words. I think just, I don't know, not having like a clear direction. Like normally when I'm not, I always have a little tinge of anxiety, but when I'm normally like baseline 1 out of 10, yes, I can be anxious, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like it almost has a very nice order in my mind of what I'm going to do. And today it's more of like kind of like aloof, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, like I know I have the podcast and I know I have clients later, but like in that window of time, it's almost like I don't know what to do, and it's so hard for me to just pick something. Versus I think when I had lower anxiety, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go try and read, or oh, I'm gonna go for a walk.
What are your like picking something as in you have a list of things you can do, or picking something as in I have
no idea where I can start when my anxiety's high.
So there's no list when you have anxiety?
Correct.
Oh.
Well,
yeah.
I always have anxiety then.
No. Uh-oh. I guess there are things I know I could do, but it's not like I'm going to try this and see if it works. I'm going to do this. It's almost like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll read a page and then I'm still anxious. Like I can't really follow through with it that long, if that makes sense.
But isn't that good? If don't push through when you have anxiety thing to do?
I guess it is a good thing to do.
To listen to that.
I guess it is a good thing to do. I think it's just, I'm used to, like, when my anxiety's low, like, picking something and it working to a certain extent. Maybe doesn't get rid of it completely, but it, like, works good enough. And so when it's higher and, like, these things are, like, maybe raising it, like, a point or something like that, it's just like, oh, it's hard for me to follow through with it.
So when you're in, where's the anxiety at?
It's not there. It is not there.
I love that.
That's why, guys, real quick. Pilates is, it's a lot of money. It's a lot. But I will say it has really changed my life, honestly, in only the few weeks I've been doing it. And as you brought up Pilates, I just realized today was the first day in weeks that I didn't go to my Pilates class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Data.
Yeah.
More data.
Yeah. So I woke up late and just was like, all right, well, not going to get there in time. And I did some other things that were relaxing this morning.
But it's different. Yeah.
It's so different.
It's so funny. So while we're talking, this is exactly how the way I'm like, just being a therapist in
Yeah.
this podcast right now, and I don't know how to get out of it, which is so funny.
It is something I'm noticing, but I'm like, I mean, this is a podcast with therapists talking about. We're demonstrating for you what a session could look like.
That's right.
Yeah, this is so I have a few other therapist friends outside of effective artistry, and we've gotten into like discussions about not being able to be social anymore because we fall into therapist role.
Or you avoid falling into therapist role and then don't talk to your partner because you're like, I have nothing to say.
Yep.
Why is it so difficult?
Well, for us, I mean, I guess they're doing it too, but like, you're your authentic self as a therapist. You're not somebody else. There's no blurred lines.
And I was going to say with that, like when you were like, oh, the questions I'm asking sounds like a therapist, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but like, I think they just start to mesh together. And like, I feel like if we were out of the podcast right now and I was just coming to you as a friend, you probably would have asked or said the same stuff.
So that's why I'm like in my head, because this is how I talk to you guys.
Well, here's the thing. I think like, what if you talk to somebody who didn't know you were a therapist and you were just engaging in conversation just like this to them? They wouldn't be thinking, oh my God, she's being a therapist right now. They'd just be thinking she's engaging in a conversation and asking me questions.
But also, like, if it's because when you're a therapist, you're not making it about yourself the entire time.
Right.
How do people get uncomfortable? Because you're just like sitting there and you're exploring these things that this person is bringing up to a person who does not know how to explore things back with.
Well, you know what's weird? I feel like my whole life I've been really good at asking people questions, and that could be for a million different reasons. Maybe I've been scared to show myself. Maybe I just am like, I want them to ask me questions, and I'm not gonna give them information until they ask me. And it kind of gave me this like bitterness and resentfulness because I'm like, why isn't anybody else good at asking questions? All this to say, when I ask people questions, I think they love it because people do like talking about themselves. And I think my personality is very like good at showing this genuine curiosity for them and giving them that space to be like, oh, she really cares. Oh, I do want to share more. And I feel like that's a gift that I have.
Yeah, but then when does the resentment still come up now, even though you know that this is a gift?
Not as much. It makes me a little sad. Not as much because I'm learning to share a little bit more about myself, so it can help people figure out what kind of questions to ask. But if I start to think, oh, I want someone to ask me a question, I just share what the answer to that question would be instead. I don't wait for the question anymore. I just go, oh my gosh, you know what worked the other day? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I can thank our boss for that.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Brandon.
Truly. Yeah.
It is. I really like what you just said about building the questions and then having the resentment, but now knowing that everything that you said, I lost it, but I really like that. That was really good.
I know, I gave a lot of bullet points. That was a lot.
But it was not, yeah, it made sense. I'll look back at this and be like, that was good, girl.
Thanks.
I don't know, with this conversation, I was thinking, like, why? Because, I mean, I've had friends, too, here and there that are like, oh, like, you sound like a therapist right now. Like, I just want validation or I just want support.
Therapists do that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, how did I used to be, I guess, before I was a therapist? And I guess it was a lot of validation and only validation. But then I think and I do think it's a good thing now, more neutral or good. But like now, I do think it's helpful to ask, like, oh, do you want validation or support? I mean, validation or
ideas, suggestions,
there.
Problem solving.
Yeah. And I have a lot of like when I say that, but then I have friends that are like, "Oh, that's very therapist-y." I'm like, "But wouldn't
What do
you
you
want
want
to
from
know?"
me?
Yeah, I'm like, wouldn't you want to know that? I think being a therapist, like I used to get so mad when it would
I'm gonna
mesh.
play that under here. Sorry,
But
Margaret.
it's,
No, you're
okay,
good, I
what's
lost
the
it.
difference? Is it the friends that are in therapy, are those the ones that appreciate it, or friends that are out of therapy?
Or
are the
is
ones
there
that
a
appreciate
commonality?
It's a mixture of both. And now that I'm thinking
Say
about
the
it.
names.
No,
What's the
right?
problem?
Say your names. Every song,
You
I
go,
love it.
girl.
I used to get very upset when it would mesh together, but I just think like being a therapist and also practicing so authentically how we are, I realized like I want to do that for my friends. I want to share that without having it be labeled like
I'm
therapist.
Thinking about how sometimes our clients will not like what we're doing or saying with them, and there's that rupture and repair process, right? And it has gotten, I'm such an infant therapist, but it's gotten a little bit easier for me to go through that repair process and be like, oh, it's okay that this person didn't like what I did, and we can fix this. I'm wondering, Margaret, if your responses to your friends are different when they're upset with you versus a client is upset with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm like,
Like, are the stakes different?
yeah. Yeah. And it's weird thinking of myself 4 years ago how I would answer this question. It's the complete opposite. It's like when my clients do that, I'm happy. Like I'm elated that they
Yeah, dude.
have said
Yes.
it. And then when my friends do it, I'm like, oh God, I did something wrong.
Right.
Oh no, let me backtrack. And then it just,
But there's a monetary value to it as well, right? Your friends are not.
yeah.
Versus like your clients are paying you, and they are, although they get, and the ones that can tell you, hey, I don't like that you did this. That's a blessing. That's like
Right.
I love when
Right.
my clients can be upfront with me. Half the time I'm like pulling it out of them because I see it in their face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With friends, if you're losing friends that bad, then that's it's always gonna be harder.
I don't know if you guys have the same experiences with this, but like thinking back to like when my clients we've had rupture and repair, I feel like I don't know, maybe it's because they do view me as a therapist and like we are working on stuff, but I feel like they don't come at it very accusatory, or at least not yet. Like I feel like it's almost like, oh, like this really upset me when you did this, and we can talk about it.
And it's
versus,
also,
oh, go ahead.
sorry, it's also this weird, like, inevitable power dynamic. No matter how hard we try,
Mhm.
we are this person that they look up to, and like, I don't know. I just think like our friends are a different, like, it's.
They don't see they don't see the power dynamic.
Yeah, it's
There's
like
not.
we're all equals, or friends are like, no, I'm better than this person.
Mhm.
Like, or I don't know. I'm making theories right now.
I'm trying to think of like old friendships that it was always not. It depends on who's doing the rupture and who's not willing to repair. Whereas the client is, the client will tell us by not showing up. The therapist is always willing to repair. Like
Mhm.
you will always have the therapist there, and
Mhm.
if they're not, get a new therapist. Friends, they're not. There's no incentive for them to always to repair. So then you
Mhm.
lose friends.
Isn't that crazy though? Like as you're saying that, like it makes sense, but like someone you've been friends with for years and years and years, like why wouldn't they want to work on it?
A host of reasons. They're not confrontational. They don't know
Mhm.
how to have like a good conversation about it.
You know what's funny? I'm thinking about the friendships that I've lost, and a lot of them, there was no big falling out. There was just, we kind of just grew apart. And I'm thinking, like, was that me avoiding a rupture and just letting it go and not having to deal with it? And that's a whole other approach. Like, well, I haven't talked to my friend in 10 years because the last time we hung out, I was like, oh, I guess we don't have as much in common anymore. And maybe we both just read that vibe and never talked about it. But, like, it's just so weird to me that the conversation never occurred. It just happened.
I've had a few friendships of people that I still love and care about deeply, but we don't talk anymore. And there was
We
like,
don't talk anymore. I'm in a band mood.
do it, dude. Keep going for it. But it was always me trying to repair, and it was after I was in school to be a therapist, where I was like, hey, this is what you did that hurt me, and for this, can we please talk about this? And them not willing to, like, because either a lot of these people have never been in therapy. There's a confrontational aspect to it, right? If you talk to your friend and they're like, hey, we don't have a lot in common, there is like, at least, I don't know, is that confrontation? It feels it's like confronting the issue.
No, I just had a little light bulb moment just because when you were saying that, Samira, like with my clients, when I try to work on them about confrontation with their friend, even if it's something small, they are so scared. they are so worried, and they're like,
Yeah.
I've been friends with them for 12 years, and I'm like, so I first try to be like, don't say confrontation, that just makes
Yeah.
it sound so upset. Just say like a conversation, like, hey, like I want to talk about some stuff, but it's so hard for them to do that, and I'm just like, yeah, there's no point to that.
So no. So how do you assist in that? Like, how do you help them get past that or move through that?
Oh, well, a few things. One, I guess what I said too about like changing it to just like a conversation or something light. Not being like, because I know like if I text my friend or if I got it like, oh, we need to have a talk. I'm like, oh God, it's so bad. Oh no.
The worst text.
It's awful. So I'm like, don't do that. And two, how I try to get my clients, and also that I use this with myself to work up to that, because I was never a confrontational person ever, is to just practice having maybe vulnerable or difficult conversations with people that aren't about like, oh, you upset me or you did this. Like just getting comfortable with like talking about your like vulnerabilities or talking about just other things.
Interesting. Give them a set of conversation cards and be like, hey, I'm going to play this with you.
Yeah.
It's like a scaffolding kind of thing.
Okay, but what if the problem is urgent? What if the conversation
We're
is
doomed.
urgent?
Or what?
I said we're doomed.
That's it.
Like, as someone who is,
Yeah.
like, I was much more confrontational. It doesn't make sense to me why people wouldn't. Like, truly, like, I don't understand. If I have an issue with you, why I wouldn't just come up to you and say, hey, like, this is...
Reasons for that. I think about, like, there are some people I want to have conversations with, but I'm like, but you are in a busy season of your life.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
true.
know if I can add more to that. Is that a good enough reason? I don't know.
Maybe.
But that stops me off to where I'm like, now's not the time.
That's a really good reason.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or- Also, I mean, on the flip side, like if the client is going through a lot right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
and like, even though there's a good chance that the conversation could go good, they don't want to take that gamble or pay that cost to have it go bad. And also, if they're going through a lot, like even if the conversation does go good, it's a lot of energy for them. And so I've had to notice that too, because I was very much like I get in those modes, and I'm a lot better now. Like I will say to my clients, like I'm in fix it mode with you. Like I want to just help, but again, if you're not at a place where you can talk about it, then it's not going to be helpful either.
I'm curious, Samira, what you mean by what if it's urgent? Like, what do you mean urgent?
Like, what I understood from what you said is, you give them, my new thing right now is microdosing vulnerability. So you microdose the vulnerability by, like, having...
Just like what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's, I
Yeah.
understand that correctly? Yeah, so what if the issue is, like, an urgent issue that needs to be taken care of? Well, okay, so there's no such thing as an urgent issue, right? That's at least...
That's where I'm getting confused. I'm like, what?
So I mean, like, the resentment is building up. The anger is building up. You don't have time to go through these little conversations to have this bigger conversation.
Okay, I want to answer that in a drama therapist answer.
Let's do it.
Today, my teacher asked me what is the best way I learn, and I was telling her that honestly, role-playing situations has been really helpful for me. Role-playing with our boss of like, okay, Olivia, what's the worst-case scenario that could happen with this client? I want you to play it out. Go stream of consciousness. No, even more, Olivia, even more. Tell me what you're afraid the client is going to say to you, and we will do that. And then through embodying that, it is lived in my body, and I have that experience. And so I think about role-playing with my client. Okay, let's do this conversation that you're afraid to have together. And through it, they get to practice, and it becomes less scary because they're doing with you, a safe person. And you can try out alternative reactions. Like, okay, this time I'm going to respond to you with some anger as your partner, if it's a conversation with a partner. Okay, great. We did that role play. How did that feel? Talk about it. Now I'm going to respond with apathy. And just like practicing and giving them the skill to rehearse in a way and get it lived in their body.
Yeah.
I love that. I used to do I do the role playing, but you're so smart, Olivia. I was just to like, because I would role play it, sure, but not about like, I'm going to respond in anger, I'm going to respond in this, just to kind of cover all the bases.
Yeah,
That's
to
really
hit your
cool.
client's biggest fear.
Yeah, I like that.
Because then if they can handle that, handle whatever that means. Yeah.
I love that.
Desperately want a script, and that's like a good way to give them a script where it has like a choose your own adventure kind of deal.
Yeah. And then to acknowledge at the end, like, it still might go differently than this,
Right.
but at least you know that you're not going to die when you do it.
Also, a big thing that I tell my clients that have big conversations, a two-person conversation with one person, and the person in your head is a lot meaner than the person you're going to talk to.
Oh.
So, the worst case scenario is happening, babe. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
talking about the script, I just was curious what you guys think of, like, because I have a lot of clients and I have friends, and I have myself have done this where, like, before you go into like a confrontation or a hard conversation with someone, that you will write down, maybe not verbatim what you're gonna say, but like bullet points. Like, I want to make sure I talk about this. I want to make sure we talk about this. Like, is it good? I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but how do you guys feel about like planning before? Like,
I am someone who I can go in and really like phrase it the way that I want to, because if it's like face to face and there's any emotion, I shut down and I can't say everything that I want, or I leave and I come back and I'm like, I should have also said this thing, so, which is not great, right? But I do prefer having like a chance to write things out and really like, and then we can talk in person and we can go over everything that I said.
Yeah. I'm thinking about when I do get emotional conversations and I'm just like lost and have lost track of everything I'm saying, and then I will go back and text message whatever, but being able to, when you're in that heat of emotion, say, I'm not clear-headed right now, I don't know what to say, I'm having a really hard time, can I step away for 20 minutes, whatever, finding a way to like acknowledge that in the moment. Even
I need to take that into account, because when I hear you say that,
so much easier said
right,
than done.
I'm like, when you
I'm sounding like I'm doing this 24/7. That ain't true.
I'm like, when I hear you say that, I'm like, that would be a good thing to do. And I think with my clients, I'm a lot better with that. Like, when I'm like, oh, give me a second, I need to think or whatever. But yeah, besides my fiance, shout out Jeff, you're great. Besides him,
the second time Jeff's been shouted out.
I know.
And the cats.
Yes, hello. Besides with Jeff, when I am having like conversations with my friends and I do feel like I need a moment, it's like I'm very black and white. I'm not like, oh, let me have a few seconds and take a
It feels
step.
rushed. It feels
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to go, or like this is too much for me, and I flee. It's like my fight or flight almost in that moment. Whereas when I'm at home or with Jeff, I'm like, hey, like I need a few minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
How does it end up?
Not well.
What? Really?
No, not well. I unfortunately in the beginning of me and Jeff's relationship, I did that, and like it was just more sad because he was like, oh my god, like what's going on? Just me feeling sad about
The
it.
meaning you attached to it.
What? Yes, sadness. But with my friends, I feel like, and I'm sure it's how I say it, because I get very like if I'm getting confused or not knowing what to say, I'm like, this is too much. Like I need to go right now, and so I get a lot of like anger at me, I guess, and them being like, oh my god, like why are you running away from like your problems type of thing.
People are making meanings out of things that we need to give them new meanings and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gathering from this.
And I'm even catching myself right now in like my saving friends mode. Like I was just about to be like, but it's okay because like I'm not being very clear, I'm just leaving very abruptly. But
yeah, well that's also shittier.
Yeah,
there's no way around it.
Right.
That's what you
and if that's what you know right now, and that's the skill you're using.
Well, it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
That was probably Margaret from a few years ago. I think now, I haven't had a lot of in-person confrontations. I guess it has been more over the text. Just like it's how
is
it's
it
happened
different?
Like that.
Is it different in over the phone and in person?
Oh,
It's
yes.
still vocal.
Yeah. I think,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I don't know why. I think just when I'm on the phone and like, I just kind of, it's weird, like I guess the silence over the phone is easier for me than in
No
person.
verbal cues either,
Yeah.
nonverbals.
Because they're not looking at me, they're not just like,
Overstimulation.
like, what's going on here?
I'm thinking about my mom whenever she's on the phone and how she's always like doodling something, or like my brother's always pacing when he's on the phone. I don't know why I'm doing. I don't talk on the phone much. Probably because I don't know what to do. It's this weird, real hyper awareness of I'm speaking right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
You guys can both attest to this because I have called you both of how like I just call and I'm just doing things. Like I'm just doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Feeding my cat.
I do FaceTime.
Yeah.
You know. It's down and I'm not looking at the screen.
You don't know who said that.
I don't know who said that. It's fine.
As you just
AI.
as you just brought up FaceTime, I was realizing that the FaceTime is the same thing for me as in person. I want to go to. I think it is. I think
totally.
it's just looking at that person and them just like
You can
look at me and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Like I need to think of an answer quick.
Yeah.
Is it like what's the worst facial expression makes you feel like you need a retreat? Is it anger? Is it like questioning, like the eye?
Almost like resentment. I don't even know if I can picture
But what does
that.
resentment look like?
I think like rolling of the eyes or them just
That
like
is pretty resentful.
like or like if we're on FaceTime and like I'm not saying anything and they're just like getting closer and they're just like looking at me blank face.
You don't want to like say why did you roll your eyes or why are you doing that or what's going on there.
I would now. Yeah, I look back at a lot of things and I'm like I just kind of let it slide because my goal with a lot of those conversations was I just want us to be okay. Like I don't want to worry about.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Mhm.
What if the relationship's not worth it?
Isn't that a great question? Yeah.
And then you're like fighting to have be okay when it's not, and it's gonna happen again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So hard when you just want to be liked.
Yeah.
Gross.
I know.
Which is all of us, by the way.
Every
We
single
all
one.
want to be liked and loved, and it sucks to know that sometimes people are just not going to like you, and you can't do anything about it, no matter how hard you try. Just trying to validate all you listening, all 1,000 fans that we have.
Oh god.
Oh, Margaret's mom.
Yeah, right.
Different accounts.
Oh man. Thanks for the reminder. I gotta set my mom up on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to do that.
Do you guys know Hulu without commercials is $20?
That's ridiculous. I pay
No.
$6 for Netflix with commercials.
I thought Netflix was higher.
Maybe it's because I'm a
$6.
student.
Oh, look at you.
Not for long.
Get them.
Get them. What does that mean?
Like you, Netflix.
Understand that.
I'm telling Netflix to get them.
Oh, get the students?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Watch it.
Nothing.
All right, you two.
Okay, I have something that feels very off topic yet on.
Let's do it.
So, if you've noticed, I've been singing some like songs today during this podcast, and I'm like, why am I doing that? What is happening? I just got into a show on Netflix called Making a Band, and I am obsessed. It is, it's like Love is Blind combined with The Voice, where like people are in boxes and you just hear the person singing and you vote. There's 50 people. You only have 10 people you can vote for that you want in a potential band with you to sing with you.
Oh, that's so cool.
And God, there's so much to this. And so then they talk with each other, still not seeing each other's faces, and like collaborate. Like, okay, what kind of vibe are you looking for? Oh, I'm really wanting a girl group. Oh, whatever. And then they form their groups. Okay. And then they get performance coached. And I love seeing people do performance coaching because I'm like, yes, this is what is missing. Connect with the audience, whatever. But there's been some conflict with, these are all like young people between like 8. There's been conflict with like one of the band guys has been like sleeping with one of the other girl band girls. And he's been like slacking off with the group that he's in, right? And the dudes were like, hey man, we really want to talk to you. And they had like this really good conversation with him. And just all the conversations I've seen with these young people were so socially, emotionally intelligent. And like, the guy was like, yeah, you know what, I'm so sorry. And they're like, he's like, I'm just gonna leave. And they're like, no, dude, we want you. We are a brotherhood. And like, they were able to navigate this really hard rupture. And like, I don't know, I was just so thoroughly impressed with this generation's ability to like be vulnerable with each other. Which surprised me because I'm like, oh, they're just gonna drop him and then they're just gonna be resentful and pissy or whatever. But it ended up being really, I don't know, beautiful, and that feels relevant to what we're talking about. This like talking about conflict.
No, that's first off. I need to watch that show because that sounds freaking awesome.
You guys watch the P Diddy version of this?
The what?
P Diddy version of this?
No.
He had Making the Band.
Oh yeah, Danity Kane.
Yeah.
Sure. So maybe
Yeah.
it's the new version. What? Say it.
I was gonna say it's not rapist one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the guy from Backstreet Boys hosting it.
Nick Carter?
No,
Oh, it's the only one I know.
I forget his name.
That's a good point. These kids are like what, 18 to 20? Which is
27.
Though those are the years where the rupture does not come back.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just so thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I'm shocked too. I don't.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Sorry
be
to
like,
give spoiler for a little bit.
It's
but
all good. It got me
Everybody.
intrigued. I'm ready to watch it now. Yeah, I don't know. I think just having clients too that are around that age and how like difficult it is for them to even like talk with their friends about stuff, or even in the beginning talk to me about stuff.
That's an interesting one because there is still value.
Yes.
There is value to create and make this. I wonder if it would be the same.
Yes, I'm thinking about when I work at the hospital and I do this game where all the patients tell a story together, and how well it ends up working because they're working towards a common goal. and they're able to collaborate and communicate. And it's like with friends, it's like, oh, we're already friends, that's the goal. And making a band, you're like, no, this is our dream together, we're dreaming of this. And how there is value of like having a project or something, or like a common interest, I don't know.
No, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
Should we just start telling people to have projects with their friends?
Yeah, maybe like, all right, you're gonna make, I don't know.
Make a band with your friends.
Make a band with your friends.
Right. What's the alternative if there is nothing that you're working towards, but it's just community, right? Community should be enough, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because there's, especially now, where you literally you have social media and you have all these other places and you can connect with people, where there doesn't really need to be a reason for you to fix these relationships. There is no band.
See, this makes me so sad because when you said like, oh, like community should be enough, like all the friends I've had Rupture and Repair with that have went well, we are so much stronger and it's just so much better. So at least for me, like if I have 4 close girlfriends and we can Rupture and Repair and get stronger together, I don't feel like I need a big social circle.
Yeah,
because I've already
it's
went
enough.
through that stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Community can be 3 people.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have to be.
Well, it's just community. There is value in
so,
having friendships.
I guess that's asking like, what do you want more of? What's missing, and what would you want more of? This is a question I learned in my addictions class last night. Like, what's lacking? Like,
well, do we ask that when the rupture is happening then?
I think it depends what the rupture is about, maybe.
Are we talking about like with our own friendships?
Just friendships in general.
I suppose like that. Why not?
That
Right?
is a good question.
Like, if I'm fighting with you, like, hey, what's missing for us? I'm thinking about in couples counseling too. Like, what am I wanting that I'm not getting right now?
Is that in the moment?
And then I guess you don't have to answer it in the moment, right? We can step away and reflect. It's like when we give our clients homework of like, hey, next week I want you to come back and just think about this since we're gonna recap it. Like, why not give ourselves that grace too?
Yeah.
I feel brilliant right now saying that. I feel
I was having an existential moment. I was like, yeah, no, that's good. Just of like, even certain questions and stuff that I wouldn't even have even thought to ask, like what's lacking or what's missing. Because I feel like I've said that in romantic relationships all the time. But with friendships, I guess I don't really ask that. I guess also with that too, at least for me, I'll just speak for myself, I think that's just good to ask without the rupture too. Like if you're feeling off or you guys haven't seen each other in a while, like just checking in and asking that. But then I think a lot of people are like, oh, like what's wrong? Like you can't just ask that without like a judgment in a way.
You can't ask what?
Like, oh, like what do you feel like this relationship's lacking? Or like what do you think our friendship needs more of? Like,
but isn't that is again before it gets heightened? A lot of the time when it's ruptured, especially with friendships, if the other, again, us as therapists, it's very easy for us to have like setting the tone and being very calm and asking these questions, but when it's us trying to repair and then just being okay with the rupture, there is no conversation that's being had.
right?
It's okay, I spaced out because I was looking at the time for us. It's 12:47.
Friendships are weird.
Friendships are so weird. Relationships are weird.
It's all weird. Especially going all the way back to like the fogginess too. Of going
A great way to start recapping.
right, a little recap of just like when I'm in that foggy mind right now, like, and let's say like, I mean, there's a conflict or something that's upsetting me with a friend, like I'm just like pushing it away because I'm like, I already have trouble sometimes with, it's gotten better, but trouble with conflict and like how to say certain things or what I want to get across. Like when the fogginess is there, it's just like I can't even like entertain that idea.
If we are like close to wrapping up, we should say how we're feeling in this very moment again.
Let's do it. How you feeling, Samira?
So much better and more at ease. No anxiety.
Yeah.
Just comfortable.
Good.
Yeah.
Give me some of that energy. Please. I have a feeling of anxiety, but my mental thought on it has shifted. It's not like, oh my god, like what's going on with me? It's just, this is where I am right now, and I'm still able to do the things that I love and want, and like this podcast and seeing my clients later, and like it's not gonna stop me. So I'm feeling good in that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Feeling very grateful, just to like show our souls a little bit more to each other and like be intentional about it feels very nice. To talk with each other and share parts of ourselves that maybe we don't talk about. It's just like kind of a nice, I almost am wanting to like suggest to people to like pretend to make a podcast with your friends.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
role play that out and see what comes up, because I don't know, there's something about like there's something about it that
Yeah.
is kind of
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, I do feel like all three of us were very vulnerable without giving any detail. Like, I don't know if that's without going into what they actually were and
Sure.
the circumstances,
Yeah.
but just like giving a little bit and being able to run with that without going all in.
Yes.
Which is fine.
Yes.
Please go all in,
Yeah.
but it's still very interesting.
Yes. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, I think I was very intentional about that too. Like, I don't feel like sharing all of that, but this is enough to give you the idea.
This
Yeah.
one was a vulnerable.
And I was gonna say too, and I was telling you earlier, Samara, how like sometimes like when I talk about things that give me anxiety or whatever, that can be overstimulating. Like, this is for another podcast episode, but about like journaling or talking really in depth about things can actually make me more anxious.
Yes, and clients too. And
Yes.
I would love to explore that more. Of like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the fact that I was able to still say what I wanted to say, but didn't need to like go all into it. Because I had thoughts, I had things in my mind that I was like, oh, it's about this or that. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. Ask us questions. Anything else?
Comment. I don't know.
Yeah. Comment.
Anything you want to have us talk about on the podcast, any questions? They already said that, but
It's okay.
anything's welcome.
Yeah. Let us know how you rupture and repair.
Ooh, let us know how you rupture and repair. Or if you related at all to any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.